Hi there. Now in this video we will talk about query optimization in SQL Server. Now query optimization is required. That is because if your query is taking a long time to execute, if your query is too slow to execute, then you need to optimize your query. Then you need to apply indexes wherever it is required in your table. So let us learn the very basics of query optimization. Open your SQL Server. We will create a small table called employee. And it has only 3 columns, ID, name and salary. Let me create this table. Now we will insert 4 records into this table. Now if I check the table, select star from employee, run this. Only 4 records. This is coming in this way because you need to choose the grid. Where is grid? Yes. So that is fine. Now after running the query, if you press Ctrl L, you will see the execution plan of the query. Now when the query is running, select star from employee. It is scanning the entire table. Now when the table is being scanned, this takes a long time. Here 4 records are there. That is why it took less time. But if there were 100 or 1000 records, it would take long time. So what we will do is, we will insert the same records into the table and check the performance. So insert into employee, select star from employee. So insert into employee table and that record should be coming from this employee table. So if I run this one time, it will insert 4 records. Now there are 8 records in this table. The same records. So I'm running this query multiple times to insert the same records in my table to make it a bigger table. So that almost there are 2 lakh or 3 lakh records. Then we will check the performance. Now I'm selecting these tables, select star from employee. Now it is taking 5 seconds to complete. 5,24,288 records. Now we will check one thing. DBCC. Check DB that if there is any problem in this database or not to create the indexes. So let me execute this. Now scroll down a little bit and you will find there are 0 rows. And in 0 pages, and check DB found 0 allocation errors and 0 consistency errors in your database, university data. So your database is in a good stage to create the indexes. Now I will create index. Now why is index required? Index is required for ease of searching and also for sorting operation. Now let me create clustered index on my ID column. Clustered index, index name, ix_id on the table name, employee, and the column name ID. And I will suggest to add this syntax also with sort in temp db equal to on, because Microsoft strictly recommends this thing, as it will first sort the data in temp db, then it will place the index onto a table. So let us create the index, clustered index. Now it is created. Now select the table, select star from employee, run this. Now press Ctrl L to check the execution plan. Now this time it is saying not the table scan but CI scan. That means clustered index scan. Now if I change the query a little bit, select star from employee, order by ID. Let me run this. So if I press Ctrl L, this time also clustered index scan. Now if I change order by name, what will happen? Run this and then Ctrl L. This time it is showing clustered scan. Again sorting, then reselecting the result. So this sort is taking a long time, right? So we need to remove this sort part. So I need to add a non-clustered index in this column. So create non-clustered index. Index name on table name, then column name, and you should include the 2 other columns. Now create the non-clustered index. Now again copy this query. Let me run this. Now this time Ctrl L. Now it is index scan, not clustered index scan. Sort nothing. Index scan, that means non-clustered index scan. Now if I change the query a little bit, select star from employee, where ID greater than 104 or 103, order by ID. Order by ID. So if you check this execution plan, this time it is saying index seek. Because in ID column, I have the clustered index and I have used order by also in ID column. That is why it is saying index seek. So index seek is very good for your query. If you get index seek in your query execution plan, then it is really very good. So let me run this query. Now it is taking only 1 second to get the output. Now 2 things to remember. Too many indexes in your table increases the size of the table. So whenever size of the table is required, so wherever it is required, you should apply indexes on that column only. And indexes also prevent the operations law for DML. That means data manipulation language. Insert, update and delete. So when there are too many indexes in your table, and if you're trying to insert those records, the performance will be slow. Now where we apply the indexes. If you apply order by in your query, you should place an index. If you apply where clause in your query, you should apply index. And if you apply group by clause or having clause, you should apply index on that columns. So these are the very basics of index, and these are the very basics of query optimization. We will see more advanced features of query optimization in the next videos. See you there.